Y'all, what's shaking? Turkey bacon. It's your host with the toast, Doc Mindbender, and this is Doc's Rants. So many current events, ladies and gentlemen. It's snowing outside, 30 degrees, but it was 80 degrees yesterday. I'm talking about topics and shit. You know, sometimes I will admit I can get on this internet and start paying attention to mainstream news. Next thing you know, it's 3 hours later, straight down the rabbit hole. Sometimes I go into the dark conspiracy news. You know, 3 hours later, straight down the rabbit hole. So, thank God I got people to keep me grounded. My cousin Meech is one of those people. So I'm not going to waste too much time today. I'm going to give Meech a call and we just going to build real quick and hopefully make some revelations and give y'all some food for thought, you know? And that's why at the end of the show, at the end of every episode, you see the guy laying the chomp down on a big bowl of vegetables to let you know that everything I post on YouTube is food for thought. And it's never hidden. Just mwah, right there in your face. So without further ado, let me call my cousin. Hold up. Meech, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what's going on, son?
Chillin', man. It's been a long time, man. I've been trying to get you on the show for a minute. I'm glad I finally got you here.
Hey, man. Nothing to it, man.
All right, so let's start from the beginning, man. I would say, in my opinion, that you grew up in an area that was maybe 50-50. We grew up kind of in the same area, 50-50, good and bad at the time. Would you agree?
Correct. I agree.
Okay. Explain to me about like a little bit, or to the people about how like where you grew up at. Not telling, you know, you ain't gotta tell everybody where, but or you can.
Yeah, I'm from Long Island, from Central Islip, Long Island. I'm not gonna hold you. You know, you got people who dab. You really gotta. I feel like with Central Islip, you gotta find trouble.
Right.
Trouble will find you, but sometimes you gotta dabble into finding trouble. You know, we one of the lower income neighborhoods in Long Island. When you say Central Islip, people look at you. You know, people look at you like you live in. You know, so in a third world country. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's a sense of community. You got nonsense that come on here and there. You know, you see stuff pop up. Right. On the news, or you know, police always bothering you, but for the most part, you know, you still could walk down the street,
right,
without having to worry about certain parts.
Certain parts, yeah. I was gonna say, to the untrained eye, it just looks like the suburbs.
Yeah, but you don't want to go certain parts without, you know, cause I've been through that already, but yeah, that's where I've been at. But if you stay genuine, you be okay. You know, genuine person. Try not to get in no trouble, you know, being honest, not trying to be something you not, you be alright, you make it through.
All right. So, but you was a different kid, and from a lot of kids your age, and I would say that about you even as an adult. You said one day I scared you as a young teen with certain information. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So when you put a lot of information to a sleeping eye, you know, it could put you in like a traumatic experience. So when I used to live with my grandma, you was showing me these Illuminati rabbit hole videos.
Alex Jones shit. Pay attention, y'all.
Yeah. All these rabbit hole videos telling me don't listen to this. This is the time where Jay-Z was on his real dark stuff.
Yeah.
When he dropped the Blue Magic video, when you freeze framed it, they had like a little photo of a demon and him and Rihanna and Kanye made Run This Town and Kanye made Power. It was like a weird place of hip hop. It was having all these Illuminati, reverse Lil Wayne, reverse the lyrics he over here saying 666. Yeah, it was, you know what I mean?
This shit was really, and we sweep it under the rug these days, but niggas forgot that this shit really happened, bro. Like,
yeah, this was a weird era. And then from there, that's where I cut all of that out, and I was asking you a question. I was like, yo, is this rapper Illuminati? This rapper? And you was like, yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, all these niggas.
So I stopped listening to a lot of them. And I remember I said, I asked you, I said, yo, is Nas an Illuminati? And you was like, nah, Nas ain't. So from there, that's when I started listening to Nas a lot. I was listening to a lot of 90s hip hop, Wu-Tang, ODB was my favorite.
That's
so I was listening to Wu-Tang, Nas.
That's why I was wondered, bro. I never put that together because I remember asking you when you was mad young. I was like, yo, who's your favorite rapper? You was like, Nas. And I never put two and two together that I said that.
It was because of you and Perry. Perry favorite rapper was like, Perry favorite rapper is Nas, KRS-One, I think. Nas, KRS-One, and like, I know he liked Diamond D a lot, but he used to have the CDs, so I used to take them back and put them on my Xbox so I could listen to it while I'm playing the game. Because back in the Xbox 360 days, you could play music and play the video game at the same time.
Yeah.
You could save it. So I was taking a lot of like the Nas, Mad Nas, and like, so I was just doing my research. Then from there, I don't know, I always like soul music for some reason, like the old school, the boom bap, the jazz. Right. Really
sample type music.
Very sample, because I could go back, like thinking back in time, like my favorite songs at certain moments. And my favorite songs, a lot of them were like sample music. And I remember watching VH1, they used to have a countdown, like the top hip hop songs of all time. And I went to LimeWire and downloaded a lot of them old school songs.
Oh shit, LimeWire.
Yeah,
did you mess up your mom's computer? Did she get the blue screen of death?
Nah. I wasn't going that crazy.
LimeWire got me a couple times, man. It killed me a couple times. But
I wasn't going that crazy.
Yeah, I remember.
That's how it all started.
Excuse me. All right. So I remember us having a conversation on the phone maybe a month ago about who killed hip hop. Now, me personally, I think it was Kanye, but you have a different opinion. Who you think killed it? And I'll tell you why afterwards. I'll tell you why I think it was Kanye.
Nah, you can't. Kanye. If anything, Kanye West helped bring it back. The person who killed hip hop was P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, Love, whatever you want to call him nowadays. You see your boy, what's his name, from Making a Band, talk about he ready to kill himself. Yo. Name one career Puffy ain't touched that they ain't go through something.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
true.
Messed up in the head.
Everybody, except for Mary J. Blige. She's the only one.
But Mary J. Blige was going through a lot of demons back then too.
She was on drugs and all that stuff.
She was going through a lot of demons.
You know what's interesting about Mary J. Blige? I was talking about this during the Super Bowl when she was performing. Is that even though she went through the same battle and the same demons as DMX and Whitney Houston, they never made, like, Mary J. Blige. I think they just loved her more, bro, because they never looked at her like that. You know what I'm saying? I
think. Oh, sorry, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
But also, there's a lot of public perception, so she was never out there looking crazy. Like, DMX was out there. He had a whole TV show. He kept going to jail.
Yep.
Then Whitney, she had a whole TV show, and it was the tabloids that was killing her. Mary J. Blige is more like she was like low key. She was never as big of a star as them either. Right. So that could be a reason. But yeah,
you're right. Yeah, I would say Whitney is above. She's definitely huge. Yeah, she's Hollywood, super Hollywood. All right. So I think that Kanye killed it because I looked up and I researched the years that hip hop declined in the business sense, and that was 2005, 2006, and the artist that was at the top at that time was Kanye West. So I kind of looked at it from there, and also because if it wasn't for him, he's the one that made drill a household name. And I got beef with drill music. I don't give a bro. I got beef with niggas with drill music. I don't like it too much. I don't hate it, but I don't like it too much. So you know what I'm saying. But I think he made drill with the Chief Keef. I don't like joint. He made it a household name.
Yeah.
But we ain't gonna get too much into drill yet. Do you think there's long-term effects though on gangsta rap or any?
Hold on. Let me go back to the argument.
Okay.
To Puff Daddy. Nah, son. Can't say that because hip hop went on a decline when they were doing that the shiny suit era, slowing it down, heavy sample loops that weren't even creative.
The perception.
You heard what RZA said. You heard what RZA said on on the intro of what's it called?
Looking like he in a Lord video spinning on his lips.
The second disc, you heard what RZA said, man. He was talking directly to Diddy, man. Come on, man. The music, like
DJ Cat Show shirt wearing ass nigga.
Yeah, you listen to them albums, them Diddy albums, man. It was nothing but
icy
lollipop rap.
Everything was icy. Everything was ice, bro. But they're doing the same thing now, though. So that's it. So he ushered in that part. I feel like maybe there's no definitive answer to this, right?
But in 2005, Kanye dropped classics. He had what? Come on, Kanye catalog back then was fire. It was no trash music. Now you could say he made
business
a little mainstream.
The business. I'm not talking about. See, you're saying the perception. You know what I'm saying? Diddy had the perception of this is how we're perceived now, and this is how we're perceiving ourselves now. But the Kanye shit was when the business went down the tubes. You know what I'm saying? 2005, and then it's never recovered. It's been on a steady downward spiral ever since then, from what I read.
What power did Kanye have to put that in effect? You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, Kanye never really had label power until Good Music came out.
Fact.
So,
and I heard he don't control a lot of that too right now.
Yes. Like. So he never had really like label power. That's 2005 was probably like what, the end of Rockefeller era.
Yep.
So, you know, but on to the next question.
Yeah, man. So I said, do you think there's long-term effects of gangsta rap or any other kind of menacing type of music?
Yeah, because it's, you know, it's vibrational. Music is vibrational.
Thank you.
I don't agree with a lot of these people who be like, oh, rap music is not the problem. Like, they don't give no, like, why are we not giving no accountability to these people, like rappers and
right
labels, and like, why is there no accountability to African diaspora? Like, it's no accountability. It's like, we're victims. Oh no, it's not the music. Yeah, some of this is
it is. Some of it is the music, man. You're right.
Not all of it is the music, but they will try to compare it to movies, to music. But movies and music's not the same thing, because music is literally, you listen to it every day. Like, you're
repeating the same song.
Exactly.
You're not memorizing a movie.
It's casting spells.
It definitely is, bro. See, now that much, and that's some other shit too, because I was talking to you about that way back in the day. Remember who was that guy? When he was talking about casting spells with the music and shit, the bringing it up to the 13th floor of the building. Remember that guy? I forgot his name. But he's saying that when these guys are in these labels or whatever, they make music, they get sent off somewhere for the mastering. And then they get sent to the 13th floor of a building where they have a seance and they had the pentagram on the ground and all this shit. And they over the music reels. I'll send you the video. I'll send you the link. But yeah, man, I definitely agree with you on that. I think that it definitely has a lasting effect on people and possibly long term. It's like it's almost like squeezing some toothpaste. You know what I'm saying? If you squeeze that shit hard enough, even if it's closed at the top, the shit's gonna bust somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we get people having these murders and then, oh shit, what the fuck did I just do? Type shit, you know?
But so, like, you gotta understand, like, think about what people riding around with when they ready to do something crazy. Like, they're not listening to Mozart.
Yeah, right. They playing some drill. Unless you're a complete psycho.
But again, I'm not gonna blame this on my people. Well, at the same token, I'm not gonna, you know, that's kind of unfair comparison, because we know who the real murderers is, but
facts.
So that's kind of unfair comparison. But at the same time, I want, you know, our people to hold certain things accountable. It's like, we need more positivity. A lot of this stuff is negative. Like, when you listen to the newer drill rappers, when all they doing is smoking the dead and they have to diss every song. Like, I was talking to you about this. Like, I'm not too mad about them dissing other sets and whatever, because this has been going on for years. It's tribalism.
Yes.
Back in the days, you know, in the early days, one tribe don't like this tribe. You know what I mean? But as far as the smoking dead, and that's
too much.
Ridiculous. man. Yeah, everybody smoking this kid every day, man.
It's a form of wave riding too. It's like Chicago niggas was doing that first. They was the first ones I ever heard doing that, and now you got them down in Florida, like everywhere you look. These guys.
And it's going viral talking about who I smoke. Like, why y'all encouraging this?
Yep.
Then when a retaliation comes, from that song, you're not gonna blame the music for murders.
Yeah, exactly. It's no accountability, man. It's no accountability.
It has to be accountability on both sides. So
absolutely,
that's one.
Absolutely. I'm curious. Like, what do you think of two things? What part do you think gangs play in the culture? Since we're talking about that, and do you think they're helping us? Do you think they're hurting us, making us look bad out here? And I'm curious of your thoughts on snitch culture. So right now, people think it's cool to snitch, and I don't feel no way about it. I don't know. You let me know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not a street dude, but the gang culture, I can tell you a little bit history as far as the gangs go, because I just do research on, things around me, especially the African diaspora. So, the gang culture, as far as like the Crips and Bloods, stuff like that, this is documented. Like the Crips and Bloods was not no community revolutionary act. They have nothing to do with the Black Panthers. So
I didn't know that.
A lot of people look, they were birthed from black. No, that was incorrect. You could look at like OG Babalu. Everything is documented on YouTube. Like these old triple OGs are on YouTube.
They're on YouTube, yep.
Yeah, speaking of origins of Crippin' and Bloods, and how Crips really were birthed from avenues. The avenues, if you know Big Craig Monson,
yeah, the bodybuilder.
Yeah, like I said, I don't really even have the credentials to talk about this, but it's documented. Some people need to hear this, but
yeah, man.
Craig Monson, Tookie Williams, they wanted to be avenues, and Craig Monson was like, we don't really respect y'all, and they made their own faction. They made Crips. From there, they was not there for no community revolution. It was more so just, they did a group of friends, being teenagers.
Chilling, getting into bullshit.
Yeah. Kids being kids.
And then it just became like a copycat crime almost. Like, now you gotta grow up. Now you gotta be like how these niggas was. And then your kids born, they gotta be like how y'all was. And then.
But they have like a whole culture behind them. Like, even like what the Bloods, a lot of different factions. Like, I'm not even gonna go that deep into it. But as far as gangs go, that's how I feel about like the Crips and Bloods now. But the Chicago gangs were a little bit different. They had actual nations with lessons and people coming. Like this is where like the Nation of Islam was big, and Malcolm X and the Black Panther parties, where you see like if you look at the Fred Hampton story, the gang that was there, I believe it was portrayed the Black P Stones. Like I said, I don't really have no credentials speaking about this, but
it does seem like listening to a lot of the stuff that I've listened to and seeing and read that gangs came from more of a prestigious place in Chicago.
Chicago was more like community, they have more, you have people, it's always gonna be people doing like selling drugs and stuff like that, but more so they had like, you had to wear a certain uniform, march a certain way, or like give back to the church on a certain day, or give back to community a certain day in order to be considered a part of this gang. Where the gangs had, got destroyed is when, crack comes in the community and you put the people on drugs, you put crime, COINTELPRO operations. That's one of the shirts I made, the COINTELPRO Kill Fred.
Yeah.
They killed Fred Hampton. So out of these government operate, CIA put in letters to certain people to divide them, as certain like things like that. But as far as gang culture now, it plays a big part in hip hop, but I don't really subscribe to, not, as far as the, not to get off topic, the next question was snitch culture.
Yes.
Snitching, I feel like it all depends on the situation. As far as snitching, like say if, like the 6ix9ine situation, you knew what you was getting yourself into. Don't try to talk about smash my girl and take my money. You knew who these people were, and you was getting yourself involved in a situation when you didn't have to. You
trying to be hard, trying to be tough.
You the money, like especially like these gang members, is like you not supposed to have the prized possession doing any type of crime with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're not supposed to be doing crime. They're the ones supposed to be at home, you know, and you do the dirt.
Right.
And if you get caught, you take it on the chin. That's what I feel like. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you're gonna involve yourself in a situation and you know you're gonna turn around and tell, then that's kind of bogus to me. But that's bogus to anything. That's even if I'm sitting with, you know, 5-year-olds and they both get in trouble and the 5-year-old point at the other kid like, oh, he did it. Like, don't do that. Nah, you
take this whooping.
Yeah. Now, but if it's, you know, like the situation, you know, say if you riding in the cars, like when we was having a conversation, you riding in a car and somebody got guns and stuff on them that you don't know about.
That I don't know, and then try to throw them up under the seat and say they ain't theirs. I'm telling niggas right now, bro, listen, this is going down in the courtroom.
That's not snitching, though. That's not even snitching.
That's not
like,
snitching.
Take time? Hey, nah, son, but that's how I feel about it.
Definitely. All right, so, excuse me. So we got war right now in Eastern Europe. Why do you think this war is taking place, and where do you see this going?
I don't even want to talk about Bring it up.
All right.
Honestly, no. I'm gonna answer truthfully. Honestly, I think everybody should mind their business like they was minding their business when Libya, Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran was getting bombed. Like when Somalia is getting bombed.
Yep.
All these places right now getting bombed.
I heard that now there's Nigerians and Kenyans that's volunteering to go fight in the war on the behalf of the Ukrainians. I saw a video yesterday. They interviewed one of them. What are your thoughts on black men volunteering to fight on the behalf of the Ukrainians?
Man, the whole African diaspora is done. Especially a lot of the African countries who colonized, and they are the coons of Africa. So it's really, you know, there's nothing I can say about them. They're the ones who have created a portrait of white Jesus.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So
yep.
Some of these people ain't gonna be saved.
Hey, I seen some of them wearing now. They made this new thing in their court. Well, like when they have their meetings or whatever, they would put the white wigs on and shit.
Yeah,
like,
I seen that. That's what I'm saying. Like they look to a white God. So, you know, some of these people ain't gonna be saved. So if you wanna go out there and fight for Ukraine, go ahead, man. You know, do your thing. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I just know my people, we not for that.
Right,
so,
right. We ain't got no business over there, no, like, in any capacity. Me, I kind of feel bad for the basketball girl, but I forgot her name, but,
Brittany Griner, free her. Messed up, but it's messed up.
I'm like,
she was looking to take a paycheck, man.
Yeah, she's just trying to get money, son. It's messed up, though. She got wrapped up. And it's crazy because I was on the podcast the other day, and I made a joke about, I was like, oh, shout out to anybody who was just out there for a couple weeks, and got caught up in all this, and then I put crickets after that, as if it was nobody, and then boop, here's this story. But on a lighter note, let's talk about ownership. What advice would you give someone with a good amount of money to invest? I know you're in real estate business right now, and you also been coming up with some dope attire too. I was wearing my shirt the other day, got a bunch of compliments, so you out here making moves, and I know way more other moves than that, but how would you invest a good lump sum of money?
That's a good question because I'm learning every day. I'm not the one to give you advice. I would just try to learn from other people's mistakes.
Right.
As far as investing, because people think, oh yeah, I'm gonna put this in a stock, but sometimes it don't work like that. You know, you gotta have like when it comes to like the stock market, you gotta have like a real strong will and gut, because once you see your money fall, it's very likely a lot of people pull out. You know what I mean? So I try the stock market. I'm gonna be honest with you, it ain't work out for me. What I'm really trying to do is get into investing into properties and homes. What I would tell people who have money is, have conversations with people with like minds. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna be doing it by yourself. I don't care what nobody says. Oh, I got it out the mud. We're human. We're packed animals. A lot of people, we need each other. You know what I mean? So have people with like minds. Listen to like a lot of people's mistakes.
Right.
Build relationships, and you will find your difference in situations. Who you gotta ask who I listen to?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna ask you. Who would you like listen to?
Me, really, I'm in a real estate field, so I deal with this every day. Right. So a lot of it is like conversations. I think people listen to like the Earn Your Leisure podcast.
Okay.
Stuff like that. I would really just look up things like short selling homes, or like tax lien auctions, stuff like that, where people were getting taken advantage of, and they're taking advantage of property, and people losing their homes, $5,000 taxes. It's ugly out here. It's stuff that we don't know. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people losing their homes where they don't have to. All they need to do is just a little bit of the knowledge. So one thing, the first thing I would say is, let's not worry about loving hip hop. Who shot Meg Thee Stallion in the foot? You gotta, you know what I mean? It's a balance, man. Yeah, because I like the nonsense too, but
hey, man, I'm with all the fuck shit, bro. I'm with all the fuck shit, bro.
So am I, but you gotta balance it out. Sometimes you can't.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? It's too many people who made mistakes prior to what's going on for you to not listen, and like why am I still seeing people talk about, oh yeah, I'm on a 360 deal, and like, bro, how many times have we seen this?
Yeah, a 360, because everybody just want the fast check though. That's the only thing. They go and get the poorest, you know what I'm saying, the most like person from the gutters place, and that, you know what I'm saying, but he got a big drug game, like he got money in the streets and shit, and then they just line him up that's what I feel like the industry is right now. They are just, the FBI is just lining niggas up. Every nigga that gets signed is just a lineup.
New York is bad right now. I just like, it's annoying when you keep seeing people, I don't really like, I'm not trying to watch pockets, but it's like, damn, son, like how many times, like if you in a 360 deal, you gotta make that money back, because you gotta pay them back. Now you gotta figure out, you don't go straight to the jeweler.
Yep.
I mean, like, try to make your money back, make your money, work for you. But, everybody don't think like that, and that's none of my business,
Jeweler, Corvette, Hellcat.
Yeah, as far as investing, man, seek the information. Because I can't tell you how to make $1 million, because I haven't made it yet.
Right.
I'm not gonna act like I'm trying to be on my way to do so.
Right. And we're all in that. We're all in the pursuit of what we're, our goals right now. A lot of people be trying to act like they already home and shit. Like, nah, bro, we all in the pursuit, son. You ain't finished. Go ahead. And
not everybody gonna be rich, you know what I mean?
Yep.
We need people, like, not everybody's desire is to be rich.
Exactly.
My desire for wealth is just to build, like, my main goal and end goal is build community of, to have my people feel safe at the end of the day,
right. Hashtag buyback pilgrim.
Exactly, buyback pilgrim, that's what we talk about. Have a cul-de-sac with my family, or, whoever, stuff like that. What they've been doing for years.
Fact.
So that's my whole thing, is like, you have to have money to have, certain type of schooling, and, everybody, what I was talking about with you and, your boy, I forgot.
Sanjay,
my boy Sanjay. People taking knees in the NBA, talk about taking a knee, but it's like, y'all got all this money. Like, why we don't have not one black hospital in the United States of America? Like, what are we talking about? It's so much money being made, and I don't get it, because I keep hearing everybody say it, and it's just like people rapping about it, and it's like, yo, you could have a hospital, like a hospital, bro. Like, you don't even have, you know what I mean? We worried about Ukraine.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
I didn't know that there was not one single black hospital in the United States. I didn't know that.
It's not one that we own. And you know, who's the highest? What type of mother is the highest to be? You know, who potentially will have death during labor? It's a black woman. And y'all like, what are we doing? Like stuff like that. But that's stuff I think about. Not to get too sidetracked.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely have a part 2 to this interview, man. This was very good. We got a lot unpacked there. Tell everybody where they can find you, bro.
You find me on Instagram at Young Pops with 2 S's. So it's YOUNGPOPSS. That's where you find me. I'm not even gonna say my other page because we keep that discreet. You follow me on my personal page.
Okay. And anything for the real estate?
Nah, I'm gonna leave that one off.
All right. Well, yo, man, thanks for calling in, or thanks for letting me call you, and chop it up. And till next time, I'm Doc Mindbender.
Peace, y'all.